Hey, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Hope you're having a terrific day. I am doing a quick site review or a funnel review for a wonderful young woman, and I wanted to share my process and how I go about doing that whenever I look at a new page or a new funnel. It's just an opt-in age. It's an opt-in page for her initial attraction of clients and customers. And so we're going to hop over and take a look at that page. I'm going to share my screen. And I think I need to take off that it's my screen because nobody needs to see that, right? So let's hide that. Then we're going to go to her page and I will start talking about the main things that I see. Now, keep in mind, this is just me, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, Pajama Grandma, doing a site critique and a funnel critique. So I'm sure there's other things that other certified partners and other funnel builders and other design people look for when they're helping to coach people through their funnels. But these are the main things that I look for because we want to start off with the best possible version of the funnel that we can come up with initially. We want to launch with that. And then, of course, like anything else, you're going to have to test it. You're going to have to tweak it. You're going to have to play with it until you get it perfect. So let's hop over to her page. I actually pulled the page up and see what we've got. Now, first off, I just look at the page for the overall design and spacing of it. And I would say I see a couple of things right off the bat that could be better. We want a lot of white space on our pages, but we also want to make sure that every piece of real estate on this page is being used to its fullest. I would say, first off, this whole Xactimate thing, I would shrink that down. Unless Xactimate's helping you pay for your funnel and your business, I would not ever give this little logo front and center billing because it looks like they're the ones that are actually providing this service. And I think that that's confusing to the clients that you're trying to get. The other thing I noticed right off the bat, again, this approved graphic too. I think you can find a much more powerful graphic to grab people's attention. When I look at this, I'm like, okay, I don't know what approved means. I want to get approved. Everybody wants approval, but why am I going to read this because of that? And that actually being where it is almost takes away from the headline because you notice that first. My eye kind of goes right to and gravitates to that, mainly because there's so much white space around it. So I think we can find a much more powerful graphic that portrays the message that you're trying to get. The other thing, when I look at the opt-in box, remember, when someone lands on this page, all we want them to do is either opt-in or go away. It's a simple decision. Either they're going to get more information, they're going to get our free report, or they're going to go away. I think that the box isn't strong enough. I think that the actual opt-in box, the coloring, the color of the button could be a lot stronger. Also, I like the yes, send me my free report now, but maybe we want to shrink the size of that font, and we definitely want to change the color so that that really pops. We want that button to be the thing they notice the most on this page. And if we can get this shrunk down so that the majority of it is above the fold, so you see on the line where my computer cuts off, like right below, like in the middle of the, I think it's enter your company name. And the other thing I would say, and you can test this, is do you really need the company name when people opt in to get this free report? Is that critical? Because that will definitely lower your conversions, because it just does. The more things you ask someone to do on any page or in anything in life, let's be honest, the more likely they are to not do it. So I would ask for email, and I would probably just ask for the email and then have the button that says send me your free report. So I would do a very powerful headline, probably a little more powerful than download the report for free, or I would put the word free first, and I would get rid of just sign up, because you don't need to tell them to just sign up. They know that if they, enter your name and email or enter your email, but I would test whether you actually need the first name and the company name there. And if you could just do the email, because you'll get much higher conversions with the email, I think, with just asking for the email. But you can test that, because I could be totally wrong. I have actually had pages and done stuff with pages that the more information we ask for, actually the higher the conversion. Go figure. So we never really know. As far as the headline goes, I think you always want to lead with, if you can, a benefit and the benefit to the person that you're trying to attract. You do a really good job calling out who you're trying to attract. I like the header. I like the background graphic. I think it's awesome with the clouds, because you're talking about storm damage roofing and you're speaking directly to storm damage roofing contractors. I love the way that's called out. But I suspect that if you get rid of the word to and increase your roofing sales and profits, the big red line on the top, and then I don't know if you need, I guess legit claim tweaks is the name of the report you're giving them, but I would make that the second line for sure. And also with the subheadline, I would go ahead and put the benefit to them first. You always got to lead with what's in it for the person you're talking to. And what's in it for them is making more money on each and every insurance job. So I would lead with make more money on each and every insurance job. And then maybe ... get simple supplement hacks that you can do on every storm damage roofing and siding project. And again, storm damage roofing and siding project, that I don't think I'd have that be what I'm highlighting. I would highlight that they're going to make more money on each and every insurance job. So if you want to use the red, go ahead and use the red on that. Another thing, we could talk about design features and colors. I'm not sure that these colors all go together. And maybe it's because the button just doesn't seem to fit this gold color with the red. The other thing is make sure that your reds throughout the entire page are the same red. If you use different reds, it gets people confused. So you can see that the header banner and the approved text for sure are different colors. I generally only have 3 colors, and I'll use a color wheel called, I'm going to forget the name of it now just because I'm trying to remember it. You can see it on my computer. Let's look at it. It's right here, this little guy. Color picker. Oh, that's a color picker eyedropper. That's how I look up and I know things are different colors. But make sure that wherever you're using this red, that you're using the same red in on the whole page. It just makes it consistent for the eye. And when people see consistency, they think of more security, and nothing catches the eye that makes them question what they're seeing. Let me see what else we got here. So I would think about flipping those headline components around and the subheadline components around. You want that to be so strong that just pulls people in and they're like, I got to have this. I got to have this report. I've got to have this checklist. I've got to have whatever this free thing is. So I don't mind giving you my email to get that. Again, if you're asking for the name and the company name, I think you're going to find that people are like, okay, well, I might give you my email for this free report, but I'm not sure I want to give you my name and my company name, because that means you're probably going to call and start harassing me about doing business with you. That's just what people assume. I'm sure that's not what you're going to do, but that's what people assume. The other thing, keep your format and your text consistent. I believe these texts are different colors. Pick one color and stick with it. So if you're going to use gray throughout. If you're going to use the blue or purple or whatever color this is, I need my magnifying glass. I guess it's kind of a grayish blue. And this is black. So pick one and stick with that. Also, put the show me the money, the red one first, because that's what's in it for the customer. Lead with the benefit, lead what's in it for them, and highlight that in red, and then type the rest of the things. And then it's hard for me to see without my magnifying glass. So make sure that there's no typos or errors in your stuff as best you can. I mean, we all make typos. Me, especially with my eyes, I make a lot of typos and errors, and it's embarrassing for me, but I'm kind of developing a thick skin and getting over it, because it's just a personal challenge that I have. Now, I need to get somebody to proofread my stuff a little bit better, because there's no excuse for that in my mind, but that's just been my excuse lately. So as we're looking at this, insurance companies don't pay what is not incurred by the building owner. Learn the little known line items to include on your contractor's estimate that are within the insurance guidelines. And I think you can say that in a much more concise way so that you can get it down to be about the same size. I'd say 2 or 3 lines is perfect for the bullet points. I don't think you want them much bigger than that. But if you can, I mean, you can get rid of all of this space where you've got all this Xactimate and shrink this up so it makes a nice clean box. And I believe I'm going to actually fill in information because I believe this goes to a pop-up. Doesn't like my information. Let's try it again. Oh, you want my full name. Okay. Again, I would test this, but if you're asking for full name, company name, if any, and location, yeah, I would think that the conversion on this is going to stink. So if you shrink this up, ask only for email, and yes, send me the free report. Again, get that on 1 line, or get that on 1 line and add a nice pithy subheadline to that or subtext to that. Do something with this approved graphic, make it smaller, or make it something curiosity-based and attention-getting. Copy of or a picture of the little report they're going to get or something like that, but something that ties in with storms, even a stormy picture with a or a damaged roof with an approved across it or something would be a lot more powerful than just the words approved there. And you can squish all this up, and I think it will be a lot more powerful. Also, remember to check it on mobile. I'm not in your funnel. I'm just on the page. So you always want to create the whole thing on your desktop version and then check it in mobile and make sure it looks acceptable in the way that you want it to look. Some of your headlines might have to be made smaller. There it is. It just took forever to pop up. So again, get an instant access to the free report. I like that red button. That red button would actually, or a complementary color, either a bright green or a bright yellow or something would be better than this kind of orangey gold color. But make sure whatever that color is matches what you put in this pop-up box. And again, you're asking for name, email, and get access to the free report. I would change that and match the wording on both buttons in both places. Make sure that's the same. And also make sure the color and the style of the buttons are the same. And again, I would just ask for email and go with that. Here you're almost testing the 2 different things, but you want consistency across the page as much as possible. And you want it to be visually appealing, but more than anything, you want it to be all about them getting what they need, which is on this, it appears to get a more accurate estimate of what they're requesting from the insurance company when it comes to storm damage. Previous storm damage restoration contractor with decades. Oh, okay. That is all about you. So, yep, you're awesome. You are a previous storm damage restoration contractor. You've got tons of experience, but they don't care. They just want to know what's in it for them. So you would want to lead with, and yeah, it says you're doing the same work right now, but I think that you can come up with a much more powerful way of saying that. And keep in mind, they don't want to know about you till they know what you can do for them and how much you care about them. So that is my initial run through and a little bit of feedback. I actually looked at this last night. Let's see if I missed anything. Again, format everything the same. Don't have a bunch of different formats on. Lose this whole we estimate with Xactimate, unless that is for some reason you're making money off that logo, or it is a decision-making thing that will, that's the only reason people would do business with you, which I doubt. I think your experience speaks much louder than that. Yeah, and I do the 3-color design thing, and I think it's Pixabay or something that I use to help me come up with those colors. But I had my computer in, and of course they wiped everything. So now all of my extensions and everything have been wiped out, and I have to go back through my notes and find out what they all are and reinstall them. Love technology problems. So that is just my quick site review of this. I think she's doing an awesome job, you guys. We all need to give her a hand because this is her very first funnel, And I think it's really exciting that she got it. She jumped in and she created this right off the bat. And you know what? She could go with this just as it is. I just think that there's some things that she could do to make it a lot more powerful right out of the gate. And why not do that when it's really quick and easy, simple changes and things that have been proven through Russell Brunson and the gang, because that's where I learned them, and tested to be more effective and more in terms of reaching the people that you want to reach. You know, and I've got like all this weird knowledge hodgepodge together between the trainings I've had, the certified partner program and stuff, and then design issues and past business experience and things. I just hodgepodge it all together. And that's why I say this is what I see as I look at this opt-in page and things that could make it better. And again, my default answer, like everybody else's default answer, is always that you've got to test. But if you run something and you get crickets, it makes it really easy to get frustrated and want to give up. So give it your best shot right out of the gate and know that you're always going to have to improve it. So let's go ahead and hop back to my Be Live and see if we have any questions. I see Jason's here. I'm going to go ahead and add me because it's fun to look at me sometimes. Not. You can see my crown here. I've got a little crown here, and I was doing yoga in the park with my daughter and son-in-law, which is always entertaining. I am stretching my comfort zone and trying to do things that I normally wouldn't do. Woohoo, Jason! It's so good to see you. I'm enjoying watching your Facebook Lives on your adventure to become a commercial pilot in Spain. That is so exciting, and so exciting for all of us. Well, that's it, you guys. That's it for this little site review. I am going to sign off and talk to the amazing woman that created this site so that she can get moving, making some tweaks and changes, and get it launched today. Go out, make it an awesome day, and I will see you soon. Bye.